cut, and then do the spade interview.
Yes, let me pull up those exact questions. Since those are the only real questions that matter.
Let me do another cut, and then you can kind of introduce the scene. Like, Spade kind of pushes through the crowd, like them interviewing him, I'd imagine.
Yeah, basically, this would be on, like, as Gotcha watches the night news every night. So it'd pop up as, like, a interview like that. So it'd be, like, you could still be, like, as he walks through and the cameras are focused type of deal.
Got it.
All
right.
Oh, yeah, I still need the questions. Which are in our
Let me know when
personal text, right?
Yeah, yes, it's in our DMs. Okay. Let me do a practice run real quick. My name is Spade the Bank.
I'm Spade the Bank. Wait, no, I'm not the bank. I own the banks. Jaja Banks.
My name is Spade the Bank. Owner of this here bank. LeBlanc. That'd be LeBlanc.
There you go.
Spade LeBlanc, owner of this here bank. Former anti-hero.
You set in?
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
All right. So as the nightly news comes on, the first thing that shows up is the bank heist of a very well-known businessman. And you see as he angrily just stomps out with his cane and gets to the corner and just introduces himself.
My name is Mr. Spade LeBlanc. I'm the owner of the bank and mayor of Gambleheim. Owner of several banks and businessman.
Yeah, and as you finish this, everyone starts, you see the flashing, the sound of cameras. And you hear, as everyone's starting to put up their hands, hey, Mr. LeBlanc, Mr. LeBlanc.
You right there, sir, in the weird-looking hat.
Thank you kindly, Mr. LeBlanc. What happened here?
My bank was attacked, along with several others this last few weeks. The heroes seem to be doing nothing about it until today, when these 4, dare I say, heroes did their job for once.
And then you hear as everybody's like, you hear the sound of like people typing or like kind of using their
Scribbling.
They're scribbling in on their e-tablets. As you hear them, as everyone's done, you hear people putting their hands up against it. Mr. LeBlanc, Mr. LeBlanc. As they're wanting to ask more questions.
I remember you. You run the what the fuck is the name of your new site? Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. You there, purple one.
Yes, Gorglax with Gorglax and ink.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I like you guys.
Thank you very much. We did a very nice panel on you the other year.
Yes, you did. I remember.
Thank you. Our finest writing ever. What will you do to prevent this in the future?
Well, recently I've hired new guards, former policemen, and even some supers to start guarding my banks to hopefully prevent more attacks like this in the future. We got to give back to the mutant community. After all, we've been through a lot, so a lot of mutant businesses are coming together to help one another. These attacks have made that very clear.
Yeah, and you hear another explanation of people kind of just eating these words almost like candy as you're saying it to them. Everybody's starting to scribble again, and in the middle of this scribbling sound, you hear you hear one person, and they're like, Mr. LeBlanc, I've got one serious question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how do you feel? Would you say this is a bittersweet moment for you, as one of Munion's team solved a problem for you?
It wasn't a problem I couldn't solve. Me and Munin don't have the greatest relationship after all, but these heroes seem to be doing their own thing, and not just following Munin blindly. As for these heroes, I might not fully trust them, but they're doing a damn hell of a good job, so I can't complain about that.
Perfect. And so as these final scribbling goes down, you have one more person way back. You can't even see them, but for some reason you hear them quite well. And you hear them say, "How do you respond to rumors that your banks have secret villain banks in them?"
That is an outrageous lie. I would never support something like that. I was a war hero for crying out loud. I fought on the side of the heroes. I fought alongside Immunity. We might not have the greatest... You know what? This interview's over. All the cameras off. Go. Get lost. You're on private property.
Yeah, and you see as he steps off away from the stage, you can no longer hear him, but you still see him, like, telling people to get the fuck away, go, like, he's getting very angry after
Some
this
of his
question.
private security's coming out, like, all right, y'all gotta go.
Yep, and everybody starts, and the cameras are still rolling on him. But you see as he's gone from a very nice, well-mannered speaking person to kind of what people have remembered him as back in his younger days, of being a very hot-headed but very strong personality, not afraid to take on anything.
To what, fame?
To fame.
That's a 9. I don't know if you can.
That's the level of fame. So yeah, but yeah, so you guys get that fame, which I think behind the curtains we'll talk about more and explain what that does. But for now, what would you guys like to do? You're currently outside of the bank. It's kind of chaotic right now with all the news and journalists.
He's the only one surrounded. I had a kid run up to me. That's it.
Well, but now you guys are kind of grouped back together. The main people have been pushed back as now police is taking over the situation.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of just...
Oh, yeah, and the private security from Spade or...
Right, yeah. Yeah, his own security firm's there as well with the main police. So it's now a little more clear you guys are free to kind of go about.
High Speed just was like, I'll see you back at the tower. I'm going to go find something to eat real quick and then just go explore.
Do you want to eat together? I'm also hungry. Can you even pay?
Does this uniform look like it has pockets? And I don't even have money. I'm not from here. Got
Okay,
that.
so why the fuck are you trying to eat without assistance?
Whoever said I was going to go somewhere that I need to pay.
Well,
I'm
why
just gonna
don't
go
you...
to the tower.
Yeah, but there's so many fancy restaurants around the city.
But Shepherd's Pie.
They have shepherd's pie in the city.
Well, you go enjoy those ones. I'll enjoy Chef Ram's.
Okay, don't you want to, like... He is never gonna leave his room. I will get... Oh no, I have a bike. I'm gonna ride my bike back.
Okay. Perfect. So you head back to the tower as well?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, so, yep, you bike your way back. I would say, it's only about a 15 to 20 minute bike ride with, all that, so, but, you're already at the tower. You go to Chef Ramsay. He's in the kitchen cooking.
I sit down at the bar.
You should make sure you're in your room later.
Why?
I might have sent a few people to meet you.
What?
They were. I called them to see if they knew anything about High and Genold's activity with the bank. And they liked High and Genold's. Long story short, they're gonna meet. They might meet you today.
Me. They think I'm high.
No. They just think you're an attractive man, which I know I lied about. But
Excuse me, I am attractive.
says who? Your dead wife? Well, she's dead. So
My son back home in my universe.
your son thinks you're hot.
Well, the fact I have a kid alone means I'm attractive.
No, there's this thing called being drunk. There's this thing called
Well,
mask play.
I don't know.
A lot of fans are really into mask play with me. It's kind of bothersome.
I don't know what that is, but
It's like when you don't show your
when
face.
her and I got together, booze were illegal.
Your universe fucking sucks.
Why do you think I like drinking here? And I can't even get drunk here.
Can you just... I promise these women a good time. Can you provide that?
No,
I'm trying to help you here.
no. I can get my own dates.
Well, you haven't.
I had one. Beast Mistress. Anyway, hey, Chef Ramsay, can I get a shepherd's pie?
Well, let me show you what I can get, and I'll show him my messages to, Notmere, which get progressively more insane.
They do.
He looks away. He doesn't want. He is ignoring the screen on their phone.
I might
Just
meet him
looking
tonight,
dead
too.
ahead. Good for you. I hope you have fun with that.
I'm gonna tell you everything about it.
Please don't.
I think he can do wild stuff with those claws.
Good to know.
Anyway,
Can I get a drink?
I told him you had a healing factor.
Yeah,
so,
gotcha, bub. As you hear in the background.
Thank you.
So be prepared. I'm gonna call Wilhelm and say, let these women in when they ask for this room, and don't lead them. They'll do better without you.
You hear over the call, he's like, well, I can't do that, master, but I can definitely let them in.
Yes, please let them in.
Oh, yeah. And then he hangs up.
Is he on mortar?
Wilhelm?
Yeah.
Who knows?
He is his bio is just I'm already
You'd have to
sitting by.
keep searching Mortar. It's a very massive site. It's one of a kind.
His bio is just I'm already sitting back.
I think he'd be a good pick for Hellion. What do you think?
No, Alien doesn't. No, he needs another demon.
Well, Wilhelm can be a demon. He's very interesting.
He's silly. That's what he is. He's kooky, even.
You see as a
German.
What looks like a giant ram having a plate balanced on its head comes out to your table and has drinks and a shepherd pie and just waits for you guys to grab it.
Thank you. I take the shepherd pie, I grab a fork, and
I'll take the drink.
Perfect. It goes bah! And then leaves and goes back into the kitchen.
fuck.
Well, I'm gonna go do some lab work.
Cool. I'm gonna go.
Work out.
No.
Are you gonna go run arounds?
No.
What else would you do? That's all you do.
I'm gonna go explore for once. Fuck you, I'm leaving my room. I just leave and I just whoosh, and the only thing that can be heard is the crack of a lightning bolt as I'm leaving.
Periodically I'm gonna see where he is on the communication device.
I find a way to disable it.
You wouldn't have thought of that. You don't know how to disable it. You can't even use it.
That's right.
I would say you would know how. You couldn't add a tracking device, but you know how to track. You would know how to essentially track somebody using
Our tracer.
using the thing.
We do
Comms
have
not-
our. They do have tracers.
They do have tracers on them, but you may not necessarily have straight up access to that. But you would are smart enough that you could probably hack into it, and your character would know how to in order to see where everyone's at, essentially, if you want
Including
to.
your parents.
So you can definitely invade space and privacy.
Great.
Maybe
Just like the Nazis were doing back in my planet and universe.
I'll let him do what he wants, and I'll focus on my lab work.
That's all it takes.
Perfect. So, do you order anything while you're here other than the drink, or?
Yeah, I'll order.
The drink was for me. I just left it.
I'll order. What's something fancy? A really nice steak. With like golden slivers on top of it, golden butter.
Sure, that sounds like a classic that would always be on the menu.
Like shepherd's pie.
They're
You're a
probably
shepherd.
really annoyed with me because
I mean, it's Chef Ramsay. He doesn't care.
He's a 5-star
He's
chef.
a master chef.
yeah. So I'm assuming they'll have edible gold, and
He
I'll ask for
can
that.
he can make any.
He
For
is-
the fans at home, he can make any ingredient he's eaten or in any ingestion at all. He can recreate
He is
it.
he is eating solid gold.
Edible gold's a thing.
Yes, edible gold is a thing. Moving onward, I guess. Where the fuck were we?
I just took off running out of the
You
bar.
took off running. Oh, you're right. We were talking about fancy
For
food.
the food. We were talking about eating gold and then eating the rich and
We're
then
talking about
trying
fancy
to get
food.
people to go
I was
vote.
explaining how Ramsay's power works, and
Our show is so dysfunctional.
yeah, I love it. So yeah, you can basically order anything you want. So
Yeah, I'll order a steak with golden butter and golden potatoes. Not the gold potatoes, but like potatoes with gold.
of course, why not?
Just couldn't see the difference. Of course, you would know about it, Mr. Rich Boy.
Perfect.
In real life, yeah.
I'm not rich.
So, you sit there and you just contemplate life. What are you doing while the food's being prepared for you? Do you check the news? Like you can check your phone. This would be a good time to, if you want to get freaky, you can freak. As long as it's not, Diddy wise.
Please don't RP that. I'm going to.
Yeah, as long as there's no P Diddy.
I will. I'll check the news for if Masquerade is trending on Twitter or something. What is it? Twitter in this world because it's X here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I feel
Twitter
like that's
was-
fair, right?
Elon Musk never existed, so it's still Twitter.
I mean, like I feel like that's fair game now.
Yeah, it
like
is.
it's X. Like,
Legally, we can say Twitter
So
because it's X.
Yeah. So I'll go on Twitter and see if I'm trending.
Speaking of Twitter, make sure to follow Fate of the Heroes on Twitter.
X.
X.
I mean X.
Yeah.
Not Twitter, X.
Link will be
X
down below
Twitter. I mean,
alongside
Twitter's X.
our other social medias. Go follow us.
He's pointing as if you can see.
Oh shit.
We'll have arrows in the screen. Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah.
Are we trending?
Oh, you're trending, girl.
Is anyone else in the team trending?
Everyone
Hellion
is.
for
Except me.
he's trending too.
Everyone's trending.
They called me Blue Blur.
You're
Stupid
seeing
shit like
little like vids of the kid running around high speed as he's kind of being a good hero for once.
I'm gonna hate this. We need to get our social media presence up.
Yes, because you see it's hashtag Plan B.
that. God
That's
damn it.
perfect.
That's the trending tag for
I'm-
the whole team.
I'm going to go on my Twitter page and request to get verified.
Oh, you're already verified.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been verified since you were like 15.
I'm gonna post a selfie without the golden butter because the people don't need to know that I'm doing that.
Oh yeah. No, the
be
food's
like,
not even there yet.
Go Plan B, guys. I hate. No, I don't do this because I do that in real life.
For the audio, for the people who can't see, he did the whole kawaii anime thing with the peace sign over his eye.
I'll like.
Ooh woo.
I'll do it like a mask.
Where?
And I'll
Oh.
like levitate my phone and just do that.
Yeah, why need a
Because
phone?
I can't show my face, so I'm covering
Right.
my face with my hands.
Perfect.
Which, by the way, shouldn't ever work. Domino
Roll.
masks make no fucking sense.
Roll a presence check for now until we rename it.
That's
Jesus,
what's
nat 20! The first roll of the game!
Well, you tell me how well that trend goes. So you tell me what happens.
There's a bunch of fans calling themselves the Mask for Masks.
This is
But that's
officially-
MASC for MASQ.
This is
The spelling matters.
This is officially a in this world musically trend.
Exactly. It's the new it's like a gang sign.
Mask.
And then there's a bunch of videos of like people pretending to do my magic on
musically
TikTok.
kicked. Oh god.
And then there's a bunch of really conservative
kick and
people
lock.
saying that I support Satan and the Illuminati.
No.
Because there's always
always those
a
weirdos.
40-year-old.
Yeah.
There's a boob tube video with someone doing a deep fake of you. That's now a hot video on there. OnlyFans. We're not.
Should Masquerade start in OnlyFans?
God no. The next post on your Twitter is, should I start an OnlyFans?
And as you're realizing how well your trend has been like just kicking off, your amazing meal shows up, and you are free to enjoy it, as you now have a +2 to your intelligence for the day
You're so smart now.
until you go to sleep.
You're so smart.
So then right after I eat, I'm going to quickly eat and then go straight to my lab. And test the bacteria that should have grown.
Perfect. Yeah, you pull it out of the fridge
Incubator.
Sorry.
Fridge.
See, you're gonna have to help me with this part. I don't know the parts, so I'll just say them and then
lunch next to you.
his lunch is next to what-
Some disease that's
Reynolds'
growing in there.
arm that's still in the fridge.
No, they do that. We do have arms in the fridge.
You have
At
arms
work.
in the fridge. Yes, you do.
Histology has arms and
You have
legs.
to. And so yeah, but as you walk by your desk in the main office, you do see a bouquet of flowers with a rainbow phallus in the center.
Sorry. I might be childish because I heard phallic.
You're
The-
pretty close.
The first thing that came to my mind was just a rainbow
That's what
swan.
it is.
That's what a phallus is.
Oh well.
I'm glad
smart.
you're thinking of the right word.
I'm gonna
I'm
put it on
so
the desk
smart.
and I'm gonna use it.
Oh, right there, huh? Shit.
Does it say who it's from?
It does. It says, from your friend, Ian Reynolds. You wanted an arm. I figured I'd give you another part, but then I
give you my
realized
other arm.
there wouldn't be any blood, so it wouldn't work. So I got you this toy. And then you see like hearts kind of drawn everywhere.
They're poorly drawn.
Before I
Yes.
do my lab work, I'm gonna go to High Speed's room and stick it on the door.
You bitch.
But I'm going to put, I guess, just lube on it so that it's super gross. So he has to have a hard time ripping it off.
Sure. Roll. I don't even know what you would do for this. We'll say like probably like a sleight of hand, or maybe a.
I don't know what you consider this.
I think that is the closest thing I can get is
You'd
a
have
like
to
sleight of
sneak-
hand
you'd have
to
to
like
sneak said-
to just get it up there and then be like, okay, now how do I keep it here long enough? And
I'm gonna come
stuff
back
like
and it's
that.
gonna be on the floor.
I can super glue.
Please don't. It's a 3.
Plus your
You don't have sleight of hand, do you?
I do.
Fuck.
8.
Shit.
I'm gonna realizing it's not working. I'm going.
yeah, you're just covered in all this
I'm gonna.
stuff. The dildos now in your arms, and you're just like, fuck. How did I get to this point?
I'm going to super
one's
glue
gonna see that.
the dildo to the door. I'm gonna go get super glue from my lab and glue it.
Yeah, Larry. The second time you come down, Larry looks and he's like, "Oh, what was it? How did I do his voice? Let me get his voice back." He looks and he's like, "Oh, hey, do you need anything?
That wasn't his voice.
It's pretty close. It's about as close as I can get right now. It's Larry, the lab tech."
Can you? I wanted to experiment with the bacteria with my blood. Can you draw me real quick?
Yeah.
I have a lot of lube on my hands.
And he just
but-
quickly stabs you real quick, pulls out a little bit, and puts it into a vial. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got you. What's next?"
Can you, in some of the cultures, can you put point? Can you do the math to figure out how much they would need, and just put it in the media and see if they grow better?
Oh yeah, I can easily do that for you.
Well, thank you. We'll actually do a couple different concentrations of my blood. Starting off really low, and then maybe getting up to 1 ml in the media vial.
You see as he grabs another syringe and quickly gets your other arm, pulls out more blood, and puts it in the same vial. Like, "I got you, boss."
Cool. I'm gonna go super glue this dildo to the door. I'll be back.
All right. And he just scuttles off and starts doing what you asked. He makes multiple cultures and starts measuring out and doing mathematics for figuring out what he needs to do for that.
And I'm gonna go to the door, draw a sigil of super glue to help it stay up, and then stick it on the door.
Roll a magic check, which for you is a +5.
Is that plus intelligence too?
Just +5.
15.
Yeah, you find that all this energy and effort that you're putting into the shape of the super glue, you're realizing is actually embedding some of your magic into it, and it seems to really be stuck there.
Cool. I'm gonna put some more lube on it because I got some off. And then I'm gonna go wash my hands and go back to my lab, and do some culturing and isolations and stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, I would say roll a intelligence check to see how well it goes for the all that science. And you can, if you use a machine to do any of that, you can also add technology. We're gonna go to high speed for a little bit as you're figuring out how well you do your science, your mad science.
High speed decides to just run out of the tower. He decides to just go explore a bit of the city.
Yeah, do
Along
you
the
go
parts he
into
hasn't.
any old place you've been to, like the diner you found that one day?
Just
Anything
around.
like that? You're just around?
Yeah, he puts on some civvies, his civilian clothes,
Sure.
and
Is there anything you're looking for, or are you just
hopefully not
seeing
trouble.
the world around
Right.
you? Well, I mean, trouble may happen, but
It always finds its way.
Unfortunately. So yeah, roll a awareness check.
That is a 18.
Yeah, so as you're kind of quickly are you trying to run fast, or are you actually trying to walk as slowly as high speed you walk?
I'm going
humans, normal man speed.
We're going at the definition of normal man speed, which high speed can no longer achieve. So he's speed walking, but like he's taking just so super long steps with like each one just because of how quickly he's going.
Yes.
And you see a beautiful waterfall in like a park with some amazing sculptural work, statues, some that have like runic emblems engraved into them. Some are very reflective, almost like glass.
I sit down and I'm assuming there's like a park bench.
Yeah, you see a few places where it's meant to be sat at. There's like a little, almost what looks like a tree, but it's actually just a cover that they've made, but it looks all natural.
I sit down under this tree and look into the waterfall, and I sit. Do my brain do anything? PTSD, panic attack, something like that? I'm gonna leave that up to you. Do I start thinking, how fast can my brain operate? Pretty much. Do I have ADHD or no because of my super speed?
Does your character have ADHD?
What do you think?
You can't make it you. So don't
Why
give
not?
him
No, he doesn't have ADHD.
I was gonna say, why can't it be him?
It's
It's
easier
too
to-
close to the end. It's too close to him.
yeah.
Only if
doesn't
he
have-
starts killing people.
In real life, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, no, he doesn't have ADHD, but the super speed does make he thinks faster.
He does think faster, so anything that you would be contemplating, it would just feel super quick, or it would feel long, but in reality, it would still be in moments.
Yeah. So I just start thinking about home, about what's going on the literal last 5 days of my life,
Yeah.
and just start almost entering a meditative state.
Okay. Yeah, you enter in this meditative state. It's almost like the Zen force that you've been starting to tap into.
Yeah.
And you contemplate about life. You think, you start pondering again, as you have over so many nights these past few days. We're gonna just reset. Come on, then, please move.
Take it from sitting down, I guess.
So, you sit down and you ponder these the questions you've been having for a few nights now. Can I get back home? And if I can, what does this mean for when I get back?
Should I abandon ship back home and focus here?
Yeah, you start wondering if you need to worry about your past or if you need to focus on your future.
Yeah.
Which is difficult when you leave so many loved ones behind. As you are thinking this, you see a figure walk past you. You don't think much of it, and you just let them go by.
Yeah.
And then you realize you see another person, as more and more people are now passing you as if running.
That's weird. I kind of just leave this almost meditative state because I'm assuming I was moving faster in that moment. So only one thing moving that fast, as fast as me, I would have seen in that state. I leave it and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and you start make a awareness check, and you do start hearing screaming as people are running past you.
I rolled a 17.
You start looking around and you see where everyone's running away from as you see what appears to be the remains of some kind of a explosion. As you see like flames billowing up in the middle of the street.
I run back to the tower, put on my costume, and run back.
Yeah, nobody sees this.
I start clearing out the areas.
Get back! There might be another explosion. Go, go, go! Is anyone still over there? I ask like one of the last people I see running by.
Yeah, and this person who seems to have been the closest and is a little limping and has somebody with them. They say, I don't think I saw somebody walking the other way, but they seem to be okay.
I'm going after them. You take them to a nearest medical center.
And I dart into this fire, trying to look around, see if anyone's there. I'm like, hello, is there anyone in here?
You don't hear anything come back to you. And you don't really necessarily see too much if you're in the thick of the smoke and the fire.
Yeah.
You do see a vehicle tipped over upside down. Nobody's in the passenger seat, it seems. So as far as you can tell, nobody was hurt in the explosion. But the car did just explode. For what you can tell, without any real look right now, just exploded for no reason.
I try to put out the fire by going over to this waterfall and just taking water, splashing it, taking water, splashing it, just over as fast as I can.
Yeah. What do you use to pick up the water?
I like find a bucket or like a trash can or something. I'm assuming that just.
Yeah, in the park you see like a trash can. You would have to rip it out because it's stuck into the ground, so make a strength check.
14 and then a 3, so that's 17.
Perfect. So with the 17, you judge, and then you look in and you realize, oh, there's another bucket inside, and you take that out, and then you remove the bag and all the trash that's in there, and you fill that up, and you go back and you douse the fire. The fire seems to be out, and as far as you can tell, it's just remnant smoke.
Yeah.
So there's no more fire, but just still smoky. Anything else you do at this point, as you've solved the problem of the fire, but you're still not sure what necessarily caused it, and you know there's one person who was walking the opposite direction based on what the civilian told you.
I start looking for that person who said they were walking the opposite direction. I'm assuming those people who are limping away to a medical center, I could easily still see them, pretty much.
They're pretty far down the way, but yeah, you could, since everyone's kind of going the same direction. You still see those people in a mass going one direction.
I use my super speed and I run up to them like, can you give me a description of the person who's walking the other way?
Well, that
Oh no, it's another character.
the lady who was helping the person get back, the lady who was helping the other person limping, looks back at you like, I didn't get a great look, but they were like a 25-year-old, About 5'5".
Male, female, what kind of clothing?
It was,
I don't know.
as far as I can tell, it was black, and I think maybe a female. I didn't really look. I was trying to help this person out.
Anything else?
That's all I know.
All right. He runs off again into the direction of the fire, and I'm assuming there's buildings around.
Oh yeah.
Still in the city. So.
Yep, you're in a kind of like a 3-way area. So the car was like, it looks like it was parked on the side, and then you've got a T intersection basically. So everybody was going down the one direction. So you've got a straight that leads down one way, or going the opposite direction of where everyone's running.
I go in the opposite way if everyone was running.
I would say first make a awareness check to see if you see anybody going that way.
Yes.
It would be pretty obvious if somebody was walking down that way. It's a long walkway.
I'd say dirty 23.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't see anybody down that way, so you assume that they must have gone the other way. So you head down that other way. You go down that other way, and you start seeing. You do see somebody. As you get close, I need you to make a dodge.
Oh. Yeah.
That's a nat 1.
Damn, I wasn't expecting them to hit me.
And I'm not even taking your modifier for that one. As you start making your way and you get really close to this person, as you can now see somebody who kind of matches that description. You see a very like gothic black flowing dress, and you notice that there are bones intertwined in the more flowy parts of the dress. Mm-hmm. You also see that they have a sage-like hair color. And as you get close, a fire hydrant off to the side of you burst off, and the hydrant itself hits you. And gets you in the lower gut.
I fall over because the impact of like the fire hydrant just knocked me down.
And as you're down, you hear like a cackle.
I get up, holding my stomach. Ow! And I just run, or I attempt to run to them with my super speed to kind of push them over and trip them.
Yeah, make another check as you're standing up.
Nat 20, baby!
Yeah, so as you stand up and you start to run, you realize for some reason you're not going forward, and you're actually running on the water just continually from the hydrant that's there. As you see the lady now turns around and looks at you, and she goes, "Oh, you think you're trying to get to me, huh?" As she starts walking very like, almost like a hopscotch little to her step. She's kind of hopping towards you almost gleefully, as you're having a hard time moving right now.
How?
Your legs are just continuing to run, but you're just running on this like very sleek water for some reason. You've never run into this issue before.
I've ran on water before. Well, shit. Magic water, I guess. That's something new. I just give up on the run. I ready my batons like, are you gonna fight me? You gonna insult me some more? Hit me in the gut with another fire hydrant? That would not be preferred. Or you can just give up, let me handcuff you, and you can come with me.
What did I do, officer?
Officer?
I didn't do anything. And what? The fire hydrant hit you? Well, that's hilarious. As she now gets closer, and you see that she does have a gun attached to her hip.
Should drop that weapon before I make you.
Oh, does my gun scare you?
I just take my baton. No, actually, no. How close to me is she?
She's about 15 feet. She didn't get right into your face, but she's close enough that she doesn't have to like shout or anything.
Can I reach over and just take her gun?
No, you're not that. Well, I mean, you're fast enough that you can try.
What do I need to roll against to just disarm her like that? Because I do have improved disarm as well.
Okay. So that would be
No
A
penalty for the disarm action.
sleight of hand.
Okay. And I do get no penalty for disarm action.
Okay.
Sleight of hand, would I also have to roll something for my speed?
No, because your speed's just a part of your anatomy.
7, and then I add the 4, so that's a 11.
Okay. Yeah, you go to disarm her, and you see as because she's already in a hop, and she's still hopping even in place, as soon as she sees you come towards her, she just jumps to the side and goes into a passing bus that had a broken door, so it was open still. And she's now in the bus as it starts driving off a little bit.
Son of a bitch! I put my batons back and I start running towards the bus.
Perfect. We'll leave right there as you're pursuing this unknown assailant, who's very hard to handle, apparently.
Bad luck, I guess.
The masquerade, who's back in the lab.
I have to wait to see how the cultures react. So I'm gonna make some more of my hologram things since Hellion destroyed it.
Sure.
Every single one of them.
So I'll start that, and then since I have to wait for results, I think I'm gonna also try to find a club or a club in the city.
Club in the city? Okay.
You're not clubbing one.
Perfect. So roll a d6 for me to see how many of the hologram bots you make. You make one that actually works like it's supposed to.
The other one is a Hellion who just goes.
Yeah, the other one just, as soon as you touch it, just barks. And you can remake it. I would say you could even call in, like you can tell Larry to roll another one for you too.
Yeah, I'll tell him to keep an eye on it.
Okay. So yeah, roll again. And so now you have 7.
Cool.
As he makes sure that it works properly with each one.
He's an efficient worker.
He should be your best friend. He's a good guy. and very attractive for a very red person.
Really?
I've made
Is
him
he
very
rolling in
attractive.
bitches?
He could, if they could get over how short he is.
I think that just adds
I hate
to it.
short people.
I am 5'6". You are taller than me by a foot.
I'm talking about you in real life.
Not in real life. No, I'm tall in real life.
I don't know if I call it tall.
Shut the, you're shorter than me. GM. Rose.
Okay, we'll see how this next part of your encounter goes then.
Please don't. I don't want to die. High speed dies.
I will.
You now have a concussion.
I have a stomach ache right now. That's my damn sure.
I'll
You
find
throw
a-
up your separate.
I'll find a club.
Yeah, you head out for the early afternoon clubbing scene.
Oh, really?
So I will dress. I'll have a crop top that kind of has like beads coming down, really high shorts, and I'll do my makeup. So like I have winged eyeliner and my face has red glitter on it.
Yeah, you're just slaying.
So nobody's gonna know who Masquerade's secret identity is.
Well, I'm trending, so I'm sure lots of people are going like that. Oh, and then I'll do my hair.
Shit.
I'll put beads in my hair as well. Yeah, and then I'll head out and try to.
Do I want high speed to just leave this behind? He wouldn't give up a fight, no.
You would.
He's going to roll over and be like, I got my ass kicked.
But yeah, you are dressed to slay, and you do see people are imitating you as you and your persona as much as other people can without having the right material. So you see a lot of knockoff yous, and you may find it, maybe funny. You may find it kind of empowering, knowing that people do seem to enjoy.
There's that
imitating
one
you.
person in the club who has like a lightning bolt star drawn on his face.
I'll beat him up.
No, there is no lightning bolt star, man.
Shit!
Not yet.
Where's the high speed
You're
fans?
you're only a fame of 9. Come on now.
I'm 5'15". Anyway,
Well, to be fair, I have a kid who likes me. He's cool.
Yeah,
I have
and you
lots of kids who like me.
You have merch, all right?
you signed a baby's face, and they believe that it will protect their baby, so they will not wash it off.
I still feel bad about that.
But you have action figures of you canon in this universe.
Not of your hero yet. You're just
Of your parents, I'd imagine.
your parents probably.
Every superhero has merch.
Well, why not?
It's capitalist, after all.
I am gonna get to the club and I'm going to take multiple shots.
Oh yeah,
So drunk.
yeah. You go in, and I would say make a toughness check
Yeah. Oh yeah.
at disadvantage.
It got worse. Toughness,
Uh-huh.
7.
Oh yeah, so you take that first shot, and you feel great, and then you get that second shot, and then the whole world just kind of, and you're like, oh yeah, and you're in bliss.
I'm gonna
I can't get
start dancing, and I'm gonna call Hellion on video call. Be like, hey Hellion, come here, and I'll rip my shirt
not
off at
answer.
some point.
Hellion
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, you don't get an answer back.
I'll leave him a message, like a really long message.
Yeah, it's a very long video
You
message.
forgot that it was recording.
And that's
a
when you
voicemail?
rip your shirt off, is in that video recording.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and do I find men? Because what is it, khaki wacky?
Khaki way.
What is high speed saying for man?
I was gonna say,
crazy?
is that what it was? Because when I looked it up, it said that was for servicemen. Was khaki
I would
wacky.
still say khaki wacky.
So
I'm sure high speed is khaki wacky for servicemen too.
Shut the fuck up.
or service women.
No, he doesn't like women.
No, he does. Very much so.
So
Did I say high speed? I meant masquerade. Masquerade is khaki wacky.
Oh, okay.
Service.
I was about to say.
How do you spell khaki wacky? I don't know.
God dang dyslexic people. That's a call out to our future guest, by the way. Fuck you, Faith.
Yeah, khaki wacky. Good to know.
Why'd you look at me like that?
It is for people in. So I'm gonna find
Yes.
a man in
who looks like he's
who decides to go to
like
a bar.
a military person.
Yeah, because who goes
It's
to
a
clubs
cop.
in a military outfit? I
You
don't
might
know
be
who would
surprised.
do
Who
that.
knows?
But I'll find one of
Yeah,
them.
I'm sure you'll find one of them. So roll a awareness check to see if you find anyone who matches that description.
No,
There's a
this
cop
is
in
important. 11.
The closest you see is somebody who like works at another lab type of situation. It seems like they had just gotten there. They're still in like a lab coat for some reason. But that's the closest you find to somebody who looks very professional. Everyone else looks very yeah, they've got the fun clothing on, if there's any.
I'll go up to him and say, "Do you want some samples of my DNA?"
That's problematic.
How is that problematic? I'm asking permission.
Roll a presence check on that.
I wanted to just ignore you.
Ah, he won't. 15.
I'm gay. I'm new in town.
So he hears you saying, he's like, "Oh, yeah, are you a scientist?" As he's like now dancing.
He's vibing.
I am a scientist. I like to keep body parts in my freezer. I'm drunk, so I think this is like peak flirt.
Normal. Normal conversation.
Make a that would be a persuasion check.
Well, that makes sense. That should happen. Natural 1.
A natural one. He looks like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not actually a scientist.
Please leave me alone.
I don't do with any DNA. I thought this was a trench coat vibe.
Are you
Place,
stupid?
and it is, oh. As you see him, as he now cries and runs away.
I'm gonna go to the next man I see. And just ask for a kiss.
Sexually assaulting everyone in the
I'm
bar.
asking. Masquerade believes in consent.
His
asking.
his fame should go down. Punish him, GM.
No one knows I'm Masquerade. Right now, I'm Elisha. Am I getting attention as Elisha because he's also famous?
Yeah, people will know you if you just walk up to him. And I would say the place he would have picked would have been specific, like a well-known, like only the top tier people would come here.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say,
Sorry.
first roll a. So you're just trying to find the first person, the first hot man. Roll a d20.
If they're not, they can not be hot as well. I just think they're hot because I'm drunk.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Trust me. So
What am I rolling for?
you are rolling for awareness to see if you find somebody, and then roll a percentile dice to see how much your drunkenness affects you.
So
how they actually are perceived.
I rolled a 21.
Okay.
37.
37. Okay. Against. Okay. You see Nightmare.
Oh!
And you go up to him and you say, "Kiss me, Nightmare." And they're like, sure. And you land a kiss on them.
I want to take him home. 100%, or go to his house. Go to his room.
Okay. So make a persuasion to basically ask him to go to his place.
So do you want to go home and turn off the lights? Persuasion?
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Cats, yeah, you gotta slip at cats.
He says, yeah, sure. I'm kind of out of the way, though.
Are you normally this happy? You were trying to kill me last time. It's kind of weird.
I don't even know you. If you look again and it... Oh, you're not Nightmare.
Is he still hot?
No.
He's alright.
That's good enough. I'll take him home. You can come to my house.
Okay.
You're disappointing to me.
Why? Because you're fighting and I'm just
Yes.
hooking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think we'll take a break as you make your way drunkenly back.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go full iPad kid here. Next session, I'm gonna bring an iPad and everything.
I usually have my tablet, so I'm usually the iPad.
Yes.
That's okay.
I'm getting late, so is the guy coming home?
He went home with you.
So I'm gonna go to Wilhelm. So can you show us to a private room since mine has some special information?
Okay.
Yeah, make a presence check for him.
You have to be like, take me to not my room.
I'll fall when I do it because I got a 5.
Yes, you do fall as you asked, and he just looks at you. He's like, master. Yeah.
Ooh, I have a better idea.
Yeah.
You should bring us to Will's.
No.
William's room.
No, I think you should either go
Wilson's room.
go to your room alone, or maybe your room alone. I don't think you
Why
are
do you have common
consenting
sense
right
now? You haven't had common sense this whole time.
That's because you're drunk. You just hear me being very commonsensical.
We can do it here.
No, not in the lobby.
I'll just start taking off my pants
Not in the lobby.
until Wilhelm stops me.
Wilhelm grabs you by your shirt and, well, I guess, do you still have your shirt or did you rip it all the way off?
It's off. I have it
Okay.
in my, like those circuit gaze. I have it in my pocket.
Yeah, but he grabs you by your waist then and he's like, oh no, you need to go home. And sir, go away.
Do you want to join us?
No. As he
I
drags you
think
in.
you could be a very sexy man.
God, no.
I am a very sexy man.
No.
But right now, you're being a very stupid man. As he takes you
I'm
to
not
the
stupid.
elevator, puts you in it,
I have a
and he
PhD.
puts a button. He's like, oh, you have a PhD, and you're... No, and I don't care as the door closes, and you go up to your floor.
I'll call high speed when I get to my room. And be
Then we
like,
will pause if
Yeah.
you're going to call him when you get to your room, as you drunkenly swagger to your room, and you're trying to get there.
If you ask him to fuck, we're gonna fight.
That's not yet.
God, thank.
Later.
I don't like the fact
I need to slowly seduce you.
It's like you're straight, but are you a little curious?
He
No.
thinks he's straight.
Thanks, I am.
He doesn't know gay is an option because he's from the 40s.
I know it's an option. I was in the war.
Minus the 40s part, I feel like that's my straight persona. It's like you just think you're straight, but you're not.
I mean, that's how I felt for
Right?
a good 18 years.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I'm super straight. I'm like, I mean, it's cool.
Men are hot, but like I don't want to date them. That's crazy.
No.
Now I'm engaged to a man. Sadly, I hate men. Anyway,
Right. That's why you're trying to fuck all the men in the game.
Can't wait for Helene to do.
All right, so high speed, as you are now chasing a buzz.
I have no problem catching up, I'd imagine.
No,
Bus.
you have no problem catching up. You follow it until it gets to a stop, and you see as make a awareness check. And which side of the bus are you following it
The
on?
one just behind it.
Like on the sidewalk, or like directly behind it?
Like I think directly behind it. So I can see both sides. I got a 20. Not 20.
Perfect. Yeah, you see as people are exiting from both sides, but you catch a glimpse of the hair.
Go on.
You catch a glimpse of the hair color that you've been following, and you start going, and you know to go that direction.
I go that direction.
You start following her, and you realize she goes down an alleyway. And you don't see her down the alleyway, but you see that there's a couple of... It's kind of like that, how the weird hologram room was with those alleyways where they're kind of all... They go in all sorts of different directions. That's kind of how they're set up in this city, too.
Can I find out where direction she went using my masterful, awesome skills?
I mean, yeah, you're fast enough. You could probably, like, check each one, and we can just see how long it would take, or...
That works.
I would need a... Can I have roll a awareness check again?
15. It's 4, 19.
Yeah, you find her really quick as she's down the third alley that you look. You see her at the way in, and she's still kind of skipping away, kind of laughing at herself as you see there's now a coin that she kind of flicks.
I'd like to use... I want her to go mid-flick, so the coin is up in the air, and I want to use the speed zen to yoink that coin.
You can certainly try.
You want me to flip a coin for it?
No?
What did I need? A 10 and a what?
That would be a... Probably, what, a sleight of hand, since you're trying to take it mid-air. So, your sleight of hand.
That is a 4.
So you got a 14. Yeah, so you go to do this. Are you in? Do you use your speed zen for it?
I'd like to try to focus in on it. Try to use the speed zen, but just not do it.
So
I can't
kind of
exactly
before
use
it.
Yeah.
So you're trying
I just
to
use my normal super speed
Yeah.
to do it.
you just concentrate on it, waiting for the right moment to do it. You go in, and as you make your first step, as she begins to flick it again, you see that she grabs it and then flicks it at you and makes an attack at you.
I see it coming though, because I'm super speed.
Sure, but you have to still make a dodge as it's heading towards your face.
Oh god, is this the one we were talking about? Oh shit.
Right in my nuts.
Sorry. Sorry, GM.
Okay, I'm not using them anyway.
I'm just lonely. I didn't mean to hit you, bro. Dude.
You're gonna hit me in a fun place.
That is a fun. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
not if it's a painful hit. Try again.
18 plus 5, so that's 23. My math is mathing.
What do you have again?
5 for dodge.
5 for dodge.
And that 18 right there, so.
Okay.
Do you have a blank piece of paper?
I sure do. How big you want?
I'm being an iPad kid, but with paper. So I need to do something with my hand.
I was gonna say I have markers too.
Straight up full on toddler style.
I've just got art supplies because I'm an artist.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm drawing my signature because I'm obsessed with it for some reason.
Go for
What a
it.
narcissist.
When I had
When
to
you
figure out
change
my
your name-
signature for my art stuff, like I had to figure that out too.
I changed my name so I have a new initials.
Okay. So you are successful in dodging it, but you hear as it clinks behind you and you have to make another dodge. So please take another dodge as you hear as the first one passes by, but ricochets off of a nearby pole.
That didn't go as good, so that's an 8 and 5, so 13.
Yes, you feel as the coin goes through your left arm, kind of near your wrist.
Goes through it.
Goes through it. And returns back to her hand.
Ah! Fuck! Shit!
And you just hear her cackle again. Oh, you are a very persistent one, aren't you? As she's now skipping towards you again.
Who the fuck are you? Oh, that went through!
Oh, you don't know me. Then you must be the one I was looking for.
What do you mean?
Did Munin bring you here?
I think, yes. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Well, make a charisma, or not a charisma.
I'm gonna rizz them up.
Wrong
I'm gonna
system.
seduce them.
No, fuck, what is it? Not a persuasion, I guess, but like a, yeah, it would be persuasion. To see if she'll even say it.
16.
She looks like, it's hard to believe that somebody doesn't know one of the original 6 members. Well, I'm Omen. A pleasure to not make your acquaintance soon. And she keeps skipping towards you as you're bleeding out now.
Ah, fuck. Shit.
It's like, so why did you follow me down this alleyway? I clearly didn't want to be followed.
Well, I mean, you had a car on fire?
Oh, well, I was just trying to cross the road, and you see the car was coming at me. So something had to move.
You could have?
No, not as queen.
Queen? God, their swirl is weird. I like put my ear to my shoulder. I'm like, hey, Mask, you able to come help me?
You're in the club and you don't hear your phone going off as you're looking for the first person to make out with.
Mask. Shit. Hey, gotcha. Alien, please. I need some assistance. I'm bleeding out.
You don't hear a response from them either.
Fuck. Hey, can I get backup? Anyone? Anyone? Wilhelm? Merc? Anyone?
You see as she comes up to you, she's like, oh, I'm not gonna kill you. You tell your man, your boss, whatever you like to call him. You tell him that the queen's here to see him, and that he needs to make space.
No. How about I kick your ass with my free hand? And I take my fucking baton. I just try to smack her across the face with my super speed.
Sure. Make a fight roll.
14 with a 2.
So 16. And I'm assuming the super speed, I at least get a free hit on her.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you would definitely be able to get a free hit.
How dare you go get drunk on a Thursday afternoon?
You hit her across the face, and you see as she continues to look the way that she was hit, spits out blood. It's like, I haven't felt this alive in a while. As she looks at you, and you need to make a fortitude check.
Oh shit! Can I re-roll?
I mean, you've got 1 hero point.
Let's see, do I want to use it here for an escape if needed?
You know what? We'll see what happens. I got a 7 and a 2.
7 and a
9.
2. A 9. You, as she looks into you, you see her red eyes as they almost flare up with fire, and you now feel almost as if you've been running nonstop for 2 days, as you are now exhausted.
Oh,
And you can barely move.
Oh, I can't even use my speed to escape. I should have ran when I had the chance. Shit.
And she looks at you now in your weakened form, and she flicks your forehead, and you're too weak to even resist that. She's like, now you tell him, or I will come find you wherever you live. And she skips past you into the dark.
I think I'd pass out in this alley.
I would say make another fortitude check to see.
I am
it's,
bleeding out.
Well, it's also part of her power, so you need to make another one.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a 4.
Yeah, you fall asleep.
Some homeless guy's running around in a free high-speed costume. I get
And-
robbed.
So we'll take a quick break here. I'm gonna let the dogs out after I
You radioed
Take
me
care
and
of
I'm just
myself.
pass out in an alley.
exactly.
Oh, God.
Roll a D6 for me, please.
Yippee.
To see how many hours you're asleep.
3.
Okay, so how long are you asleep for?
I rolled a 3.
Okay. 3 hours. I would say you would probably be just getting back to your room at that point then.
So
Being
I'll
escorted into an elevator.
Yeah.
call him. Be like, hi,
That's what
Steve.
wakes me up.
Hi, Steve. I was gonna get laid, but I didn't because Wilhelm is a cock blocker. Are you okay? I would have called Hellion, but I feel like he's gonna shoot me. He doesn't have a gun, but I feel like he'd find a way.
What?
Where are you? Are you at a club? You can't get drunk though.
Let me remind you, you can't get drunk.
So why are you being weird?
So fucking talk to you later. Hang up. I don't know. Fuck off.
Are you okay?
Talk. Just leave me alone. Fuck. I push myself off the ground. It's my arm healed with
Yes.
this force healing,
Mhm.
so. Fuck. What happened? I look around and I'm like, oh, shit. I radio to Gullen.
Okay.
Like, hey, Gullen, something just happened. Meet me where I am.
You hear on the phone, oh, okay, my friend. Where are you? Send the coordinates.
I don't know how.
To be honest, I don't either, my friend.
Meet me at the tower, my room.
Okay.
I take off from the alley over to the tower.
I'll walk to his room. I think at this point I'll be crying drunk, like
Okay.
sad.
Sad, crying, drunk.
Yeah,
I get there, I'm assuming you're already there.
but there's a dildo.
And
Forgot about
Golan's
the-
there looking at your door with a dildo on. He's like, oh, well then. You've made good friends, huh?
What?
Your friends, look at your door.
I take it off of my wall.
Can you get it off? Because it's leaving. Roll for loop.
No! No! I'm pissed at this.
Okay,
one.
Pete Diddler.
I had a bad day. I just tear it off and I chuck it down the hallway.
Make a grabbed like a strength check.
God damn it.
Because
Yes!
you've got
No! No! No, it's a 9!
It was a natural 1.
No, I slam my hand and change it to a 9.
Slamming
He
your hand
goes
doesn't
like this
count.
and it doesn't work.
You grab it with one hand, it slides right out, and you just like, I give up already. You didn't even
Door
want to
open.
bother. The door opens, and you see that it, and then somehow, and you just see it hanging from below. As the tip is in your headspace, as you would have to walk past it. It was a pretty big phallus.
Go to your room, Elijah.
Have I gotten there by this point?
Yeah, you would be like
You
right
saw
behind
me try
Golan.
this.
Yeah, you saw him try to rip it off, and you're like, oh.
I wish it was more fun, but you know my mom caused me a lot of trauma.
Go. I don't care right now.
I'll walk into the room and just sit down.
My room?
Yeah. And I'll just start crying.
I
And Golan walks in as well, and he's just like, a little uncomfortable.
You're my friend. I know you hate me, but I think you're my friend. I can tell you this thing. So, my dad, when I was a kid, he hit me because I didn't listen, and that really caused my trauma today.
Sorry. I'm so sorry for you. Sorry your dad hit you. So did mine. But he was traumatized because of his war. Now get the fuck out of my room. I need to talk to Golan.
I'm gonna sleep. And
Don't you dare fall asleep in my
I'll
room.
lay down.
Oh my god.
And I will not fall asleep, but I'll just, cry to myself.
Hey Golan, do you have your quarters or your training room?
I mean, we could, but we're already here, my friend.
The dildo's super glue, by the way.
I look at
Classic. I did that to Notmare once he came out. He loved it.
I just go to Golan and it's like, how unethical would it be for me to kill them in their sleep?
That's pretty high on the unethical side,
Shit.
my friend.
Oh, then never mind. All right. Fuck. Okay. If you're gonna go to bed, can you please go to your room? Don't fall asleep on my bed while you're drunk.
I need support. I need help.
Call Gotcha.
Gotcha didn't answer.
I'm pretty sure there's a shrink here somewhere.
A what?
A shrink.
A what?
Yeah, I'm a therapist.
Oh. Isn't it different when you have to explain stuff to me? Because usually you don't understand things. Anyway, let's have a sleepover.
Get the fuck out of my room.
I will fall asleep.
God damn it.
And you are fast asleep.
You
It's
son of a
probably one
bitch.
of the best sleeps you've had in a while. I don't think anything's gonna wake
Passed
you up
out
from this.
in my bed in my room.
No, I'll be on the floor next to you.
Roll a d12.
I want you to fall out of the bed face planted, please.
You're asleep for at least 4 hours in this room.
During those 4 hours, I explained to Golan what happened in the alley.
Okay.
About me getting my ass kicked and told them about this queen, quote unquote.
You see
And
as
asked what to do next.
So you see as when you start mentioning about how they refer to themselves as queen, you see him almost go ghostly, and you haven't seen him respond this way to anybody. And you see as he's like, she's back,
Who's back?
woman.
That's what they said their name was.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Well, I didn't.
Oh, friend. You have much to learn of this world.
All I know is she'd sent a coin flying through my arm. By the way, it's healed surprisingly well.
I'll wake up for a second. That's because you have a higher metabolism, and I'll explain.
I wanted
You
to...
start explaining, and as soon as you get to like, and then because of your you fall back down to sleep.
If you throw up on my bed, I'm going to slap the fuck out of your character.
Ooh, well now we have to make a
Son of a bitch.
Check for that later.
I'm gonna smack you.
In real life and in game.
You can smack me in real life. Let's continue playing.
You got problems, don't you? You know, we can talk after the session if you need.
I have a great question for you, but it's got to be during the after hours talk. Because I feel like that's the only time it would be appropriate.
All right. So yeah. What do we do? I kind of pull off my mask at this point because I didn't realize I was still wearing it. So I like pull it off and I just start scratching and I'm like, fucking hell, it's scratchier than normal. I start scratching my face.
You see as he just sits there, and he sits on the bed and kind of a lot of it just flops up just by his sheer weight. He just sits there and he's like, I will have to let.
There's a perfect chair on the
I'll
other
have
side
to
of the
let
room
him
you can
know.
sit on.
What?
There's a chair in the other side of it. Can you not sit on my bed? I made that this morning.
For you, friend? Anything. As you see as he goes to sit in the chair, and he's wider than the chair, and he's like, okay. As he sits down, and two of the legs break off in the front, he's like, okay. Better.
You know, for a governmental body, you'd think you guys would have better budgets for chairs and shit.
I mean, your room is for you, my friend. So we didn't think anyone of my, physical stature would be in a
Starts
room like you.
flexing.
Exactly. He's just like looking at his muscle and he's like, oh, yes.
So what do we
They
do?
start to glisten almost.
Do we tell Munin?
Yes, I will have to tell Munin tomorrow.
Alright.
This is not good. And the fact that she let you live is more worrisome.
Well, the fact that she knew who I was and the fact that Munin sent me here was probably also a problem. She didn't know my name, but she knew Munin has brought me to this world. She knows I'm not from here.
She is what we call in this realm one of the faiths.
Those are the gods that you told me about when I first got here.
It's a lot more than that, but yes. You're not too far off, my friend. Dark times are ahead. You must prepare. If you need training, I am one of the best when it comes to speed, as I am the fastest.
Oh.
So,
Let's get training. I leave my room and I wait for Gullen to follow me.
yeah, Golan's just, as soon as you say training, he's like, ho ho, let's go! And he's ready to, and he zips out of your room and goes to the main training deck.
I look at Elijah. Closed door. Lock.
As you leave the room,
Yeah.
You locked
Perfect.
it for me.
make a
Thank
constitution check.
Could fall up on my bed after this.
Constitution.
Or that would be fortitude in this.
15.
You feel like you would have to, but it doesn't wake you up, and you don't throw up, but you know once you do wake up, it will be the first thing you have to do.
Okay. I hope this building has a cleaning AI.
They only make AI art. They don't have AI for useful things.
Actually, we have an AI that made my weapons.
Oh. Maybe I'm just projecting.
Okay, so you just go down to the training facility? I'm guessing, yeah. Okay, so you go to the training facility and you see Golan's already there, and he's just kind of like starting to prep, and he's like ready to go, and he's kind of just waiting to see what you want to do.
All right. Let's do something.
Okay, friend, what you want to know?
Everything.
Everything.
Teach me all you know.
Well, let's start. What do you know? And where can we go from there?
Well, I know I can run fast and I can run up walls and I can somewhat phase through shit.
You've been very hit and miss with it, yes.
Yeah, thanks for that.
What can I say?
I start scratching at this like fuzz on my face. It's growing in. Fuck, it's so itchy.
You'll get used to it, friend. Just let it go. As you can see, he's got a massive beard, covering most of his chest.
Yeah, but still, it sucks with a mask too. It just under it. Just, ugh. My facial hair never grows this fast. Shit.
Well, let's see.
How do you stop this from happening? He points to the beard growing in.
You see, as he looks at it, he's like, ha ha, I don't! I gave up so long ago, friend.
Fair enough. Alright, well. He keeps the mask off, but he puts the goggles on, like, let's run.
Okay, lead the way.
He takes off running.
And he follows right behind.
I'm assuming we're like doing some mild combatives while running.
Sure,
I want to jump back to him.
Yeah, you wake up now in
My room.
High Speed's room. You feel that you've got to throw up. You're staggering to try and sit up.
I will. Is Luke still broken?
He is currently. You haven't gone to repair him yet.
I should do that. Well, I will try to walk to the bathroom. Or I will say, bring me trash can and see if it works.
My room doesn't respond to your commands.
Does it not? Oh.
Only the door will.
Do I have any of my equipment?
Only what you were wearing.
I wouldn't have brought it. I'll call High Speed. Hey, High Speed.
What? I'm training.
Ask for a trash can, please. Really loud, and I'll put it up.
Trash can.
Making another fortitude check to see if you can
Trash
hold
can.
on. Trash as you are beginning to get closer and closer to throwing up.
17.
You can hold on for this last conversation, but as soon as you hang up, you're letting it go.
Can I get a trash can? I yell, pretty much.
Does it work?
Roll a presence check. At disadvantage because it's over the phone.
14. So, 14.
Plus 3.
Oh.
17.
Yeah, so either way it's 17.
So you say it just loud enough, and the trash can starts making its way, and as soon as you hang up, you throw up on the robot bringing the trash can, some in the trash can, and everything in that direction.
All over
the
my
trash
nice
can.
floor.
It's a little bit on the wall, a little bit on the dresser. Definitely sliding into the bathroom.
Is it in my shoes?
No,
like there's a pair
no.
of shoes on the dresser.
He's gonna.
Your slippers maybe, but not any real
High
shoes.
Speed doesn't wear slippers.
Can I stagger?
That's why they're on the dresser.
Can I try to go to my room real quick?
Oh yeah, yeah. You're starting to feel the effects of the alcohol disappear more, and it's becoming easier and easier as you walk down the hallway again.
So I'll get one of the holograms, and I'll go back, and I'll make it sound like High Speed, and I'll say clean up, or make it say clean up as High Speed.
So your holograms are in the.
Oh, those are on the fit
Those
story.
are still on your
And
in
they're
your
on the
lab.
fit
Well, the
story.
ones being made are in my lab. The other ones that I have, I had 3.
Broken by
I had
Alien.
I had 4 altogether, and I brought 2 out. So one of them.
No, you brought 3 out.
I brought 3 out?
You did.
Then I have 1 left.
Okay. So with your 1, you can definitely do that then. Okay. I didn't know how many more you had. But I know you used I thought you used them all in the fight.
So
Well, they're
sorry.
reusable, aren't they?
Unless they
Well,
were
I had
smashed by a Hellion.
Hellion destroyed those.
Yeah, so I had.
So if you had the 1, then
Because I
yeah.
had 4 altogether.
Yeah, so you have
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
Other than the 6.
So I
7
had-
that you had.
So you
made
had
just
so
8
now
now.
you have 8 in total, but you don't have direct access to the new ones yet.
now. You have 1 right now.
So so this last one you use it to replicate his voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
until it clean up the throw up.
Clean up the throw up.
And you see another robot come in as it starts cleaning up the throw up as the other robot's just waiting there to get clean.
And I'll just go and lay in his bed. I'm already here. Is it a queen size bed?
They're nice beds, I'd
Mm-hmm.
imagine.
Yeah, he has space. I'll call him again and have the robot in his voice say, "Hey, I woke up. I'm just gonna stay in here. You have plenty of space on your side."
Hey, I just woke up. You have plenty, but I'm falling asleep again. There's plenty of space here, though. Get the fuck out of my bed! Who the fuck sounds like me? Get the fuck out of my room!
Good night.
I'm up here at the door. Get the fuck out.
Did you message this to him?
This was a call.
Yeah.
You called him with that? Okay.
What are you doing?
Training, get out of my room. You're no longer drunk. Get out. And take your stupid clone of me with you.
It's not a clone. It's just your voice.
I don't give a shit. Get it out. It's freaky.
Okay. Just so you know, if you're mean to me, I can ruin your life. I'll make the clone appear, because I'm still kind of tipsy, and say, "I hate children, and I want all children to die." In high speed. And
I
then
want to
in voice.
smash this last hologram.
Make an attack on it.
You can't attack that.
You can try and react and take it away
boy.
if it's in your hand.
That is 17 and a 2. That is a 19.
I have 8 more. It's okay.
You actually, you have 7 more.
No, he
I
has
have
8
7
more.
more.
I thought you had
I pick it up
94.
and I crack it in half.
I thought I had 9 too, but you said I brought 3 holograms out?
You did
instead of
use
2.
3. You did, because you used 1 where Hellion was and 2 where I was, like Gotcha was. So
You
there's
scattered
2
through
over
across the
Yeah,
board.
so I have 7 now.
there. Okay.
I pick up the coin, I smash it in half. Get the fuck out of my room.
I'm going. I'll stop and give him a hug.
I stand there super uncomfortably. Let go of me.
I'm not even holding on to you tightly. I'm just. You're an ass right now, but sometimes you're nice. I'll see you in the morning, and I'll stumble to my room again.
Yeah, and you make it to your room, and as you make it to your door, you're like, "I'm home, bitches."
Yeah,
and
I'll
you
call him and say, "Night, Pookie." He probably doesn't know what that is, but I'll say it anyway. Pookie Wookie,
I ignore him.
Poopster, and I'll just keep going.
Close door. Lock door. No access. Only me. Because I don't know how it works fully. Alright, go in. I'm coming back. And I run back. Train. And I just train till the morning.
Yeah, you train to the late night. You and Golan do, and I think that's where that day will end.
Cool.
So
Now next time we gotta find out what Gotcha and Hellion were doing while I was getting stomped out in a fucking alley.
I was trying to get laid, but Wilhelm knows about consent.
yeah, most
Will-
people know about consent.
Most people don't
didn't wanna be
follow
a
it.
Very sexy guy.
Most normal people should follow it.
I do.
should.
I do.
But
Unlike you.
What do you mean, unlike me?
to molest me.
That's a threat. That's not real.
That's not real.
I'm emotionally manipulating you. I'm not physically harming
You know I know a nice bridge around here. I can push you off of it.
Well, keep
I'll
me
make
on
it-
this medication and I might jump off of it.
I can make it look like an accident.
We find Hellion and Gotcha in the southern outskirts of town. Just walking down the street. There's bars as you kind of walk by. Convenience stores where you can buy lottery tickets and alcohol, your basic stogies, a bank here and there, and a few little like mom and pop shops here and there with some restaurants too, just sprinkling out. And you're making your way down this kind of almost like an old school main street.
Anyone out? Anyone and about?
Just a few people that are kind of just mulling around. The day drunk guy stumbles out of a bar and he's like, and he just keeps walking across the street without even looking. There's not really any traffic.
I grunt and I go, it's a damn shame when they clean up places like this. Did you know this used to be like a hellhole? It was actually fun. I say to Gotcha.
Gotcha just like looks a little like sideways like, huh. Well, that would make sense why you probably like to be around here, didn't you?
I had influence around here a while ago. A few streets down. That's where me and the crew used to hang out. Oh God. I want to do like a pun on a hellish thing, but I don't want to just call them Hellboys or what have you.
Yeah. Don't want to call them Satan spawns.
Look, that's better than what I was coming up with. It's just like, Hellion, and these are my Hellboys,
Right.
Just really work. Actually, maybe they call themselves like the Street Demons or something like that, or the Street Devils.
The Street Devils.
The Street Devils.
The biker gang, the Street Devils.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like that one biker gang that we probably shouldn't mention, or else they'll show up and kill us.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
But what is the equivalent of a devil again in Norse mythology? Like a frost giant, right? Or giant?
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure.
We
I know
can-
they actually had something specific.
Right.
Because giants aren't necessarily. They see them as a threat, but I don't think as like.
They're like a proto
Like that.
race before the Aesir
Right.
and the Vanir. The
Right.
Yonar were there.
Right, and then you've got the dark elves. And,
As a matter of fact, with their creation myth, the Yonar were born from a big Yonar, and then the Aesir showed up and said, "Hey, you know what? We need a planet," and they killed him and started ripping it apart. And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing with our dad? We're building a planet with his innards. You want to help?"
right, which I think was it Ymir or was it Ymir's father?
No, I think it was Ymir. Ymir was the first giant.
That's what I was believing. Told.
Yeah.
But
So we'll fix it in post. For now we'll call them the Street Devils, the 5th Street, the 66th Street Devils.
Okay, I like it.
And I think Hellion also notices like some graffiti that's being cleaned off, and he just walks on. But then his attitude changes when he sees his destination, the old Natural Museum of Evolutionary History.
Yeah, and make a awareness check.
Ooh, I don't have my. Do you have my sheet?
I was just looking to see if I pulled it up. I've got your beta sheet for the future. Oh no, actually, this is your main one.
Okay, good.
So awareness is a +2.
Okay. That's a 16.
Okay. Well then, this actually works out better this time.
Oh. Wait, this time? Are we in a time paradox?
I mean, maybe.
Hellion looks to see if there's a blue box.
No blue box. But you do feel like there is an eye, or eyes watching you. And you get this almost like shiver down your spine. You look behind you, and kind of up above near a old flagpole with just a restaurant's flag that's all raggedy and has been taken care of. And you see what looks like a floating sphere. From the distance it is, you can't gather what it is, but it could possibly look like an eyeball almost.
Hellion is gonna act like he doesn't see it, but he's going to look around. Is there any kind of garbage still, or like something within grabbing range?
Make another awareness check.
That is another 16.
Yeah, you see kind of next to you that there is like a garbage can that's got like a gate around it so people don't steal the plastic bin inside it, and you could easily like rip off that top and throw it like a frisbee.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll act like I'm about to cross the street, and then I will grab like the railing and the can and the lid, and I will just chuck it at this eye.
And as you grab it, and Gotcha's like, "Hey, Bill, whoa, whoa, whoa!" and she ducks as you throw it. So yeah, roll a attack.
Fighting or strength?
Fighting. That would be do a strength for ripping it off and seeing how like clean you can do that, and then do a fighting for throwing it.
I have an 11th for strength, right?
Strength, you have a yes, you have a 11.
So that's a 24 for strength.
So yeah, you easily rip off this
And then a 13, and what do I add?
+5.
So that's an 18 for fighting.
Perfect. You throw it, and as you see, as you're chucking, it's right on target. You know you're going to hit it. As it gets close to striking the eyeball, you see it dissipate into like sand. And it just, your throw goes right through where the sand is now disintegrated, breaking off the hole that it was kind of hiding on or near. And you see as that whole chunk of like pole and building just rip out from it, and you like fly with the piece that you now you see as it like hits this part, you see it just sputters off and runs across the road, almost hitting the drunk guy that you just stumbled across. And you hear him go, "Whoa, what the and he urinates on it.
Amateur your dominance.
Exactly, basically. Now you think you can kill me, I'ma kill you. And that's about all, other than Gotcha now looking at like, what the hell was that?
Mosquito. Big one.
Alright.
Anyways, what I'm about to show you, you can't share back at Stark's house to anyone.
Alright, what are you showing me?
I'm showing you something or someone that a lot of people have considered to be dead for a very long time. He likes his privacy, though, so I insist, mum's the word. But he might be able to help us figure out what's going on with the bank that we just came from.
And you see Gotcha's like, okay, well, as long as I don't see an illegal act, I can definitely not do it or say. I can definitely not say anything ever. But if I don't, as long as you don't do anything, I won't respond. Like, I won't act on it. I'll just kind of be a fly on the wall.
Hellion weighs the odds, and it's like, well, I guess I'll burn that bridge when I come to it. He walks across the street to the main entrance, and he looks around, and like the doors are all chained up, and there's graffiti. The place looks completely abandoned, but there's a drawing of a T-Rex, and like really crudely made, and so he's going to reach out and he's going to do a special like coded knock on that. I would knock, but then the dogs would freak out, so we'll just add it in post.
Exactly. And you hear the knock echo, like in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Make an awareness check.
That's a 19 plus 3? 2. 21.
So, you start to hear the, almost like a metallic clatter of like claws on tile, and you hear.
I smile because I was correct, and I step back from the door that looks like it's all sealed up, but then I assume that like the chains and the locks are revealed to actually just be a part of the door as it just swings open.
Yeah, essentially what you see as you hear as soon as you start backing up, you hear the metal footsteps kind of get faster and go get closer to the door, and then you hear this like almost like a steam powered sound happen as the door splits open in the middle. Very futuristic tech, like nothing like that, and you kind of just walk through this new opening.
Yeah, I just mosey on in. If Gotcha wants to follow me, she can. If she doesn't want to.
Yeah, Gotcha does follow you, and as you guys walk in, if you look back at her, you see that she kind of does a little signal with her hand that she's going to keep her mouth shut and just, like she said, be a fly on the wall. You enter in and you see a very old and dusty museum as we are at, talking about these very lizard-like, almost monsters.
Well, it's basic evolution in this world, so I think that there would be like evolutionary scales of like
for sure
the shepherds, and it shows like
Oh yeah, you see the diagrams of like the family tree from the beginning of life to what we are now, and it's a massive tree that talks about all the living creatures, and it takes up like from the ground and up, so you'd have to like fly up to see the tops of it even. Yeah, you see that, and you see a whole bunch of different like statues and stuffed faux like animals to represent like the habitats that they used to live in before the changing of the world.
Right. Yeah, and it looks like no one's been inside here. It almost like matches the outside, but I look around for the owner of the metallic claws that I heard.
Yeah, make a awareness check at page.
Good. That would be an 8.
You don't see or hear anything right away, but as you kind of swing around and you're looking, you then hear the clacking of the claws as you see a very small, robotic velociraptor type creature jump up onto a table and kind of like look at you with a glowing eye that kind of like zooms in and out like a camera lens as it scans you.
I kneel down so that being a hulking guy, I kneel down so I can get closer to it, and I go, ding dong, Avon calling, and I actually hold back. This is a tap where I gently tap the screen, but it's oh so gently.
Yep, and as you tap it, it backs off real quick, and you see it give you a head nod type of thing to be like, hey yo, let's go this way, and it starts running off to the almost like the back employee only section of the exhibit.
I follow. I guess I have to duck down in a few places because this was built for regular-sized people. But as we get to the back, what do we find back there?
Back there, you see that it looks very standard. You have like an old lunchroom, stuff like that. Still hasn't been used, and you see as the robot then takes you down this almost downwards staircase, and you guys follow him down there, and you come to this steel door that's blocking it, and it's looking very futuristic, very chromatic. It's got almost a eye scanner, whole bunch of biometrics that clearly somebody does not want anybody else to get down here. You see the robot jump up to it, get to this kind of corner of the door, and put its claws in, and you see as it makes one little click as a claw turns, and the door just swings open for you, and you hear a very old raspy laugh, and you hear him go, "Is that you, you old son of a bitch?"
Who are you calling old son of a bitch, you living fossil? I say as I walk in.
You would go that low, wouldn't you?
Hey!
At least I'm not a bastard child to a demon.
Well, you said it yourself. Bastard child to a demon. I can't go any lower.
Yeah, you remember, didn't you, you young buck? And you see, and oftentimes in the corner as he's trying to slowly get up and using a cane with a very intricate, almost ruby that if you see almost descends into this very garnet, blood red color deep within. And he stands up and he walks towards you and you hear the clicking of the cane. And he's like, well, what do you want now? Are you gonna give me that fucking blood finally, you piece of shit?
The great, infamous Tyrannosaurus begging for demon blood.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to live forever, you piece of shit. Like you said, I'm a fossil. Can't stay this way forever.
I wouldn't know. Oh yeah, by the way, I thumb back at Gotcha. She's with me.
And she just peers around your massive shoulder and she just waves. Still not saying anything. She's like, this is the powder puff scout you brought with you today.
Actually, would you believe it? This is currently my new boss.
That little runt?
Hey.
You're listening to a runt like that?
You haven't seen what this little runt can do.
Yeah, as he kind of adjusts his spectacles and they zoom in and out. He's like, who is that?
I'll give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count, because I think you know.
Yeah, and he looks more and more, and you kind of see as a screen in his office actually blinks and dings, and he's like, now I know. Yeah, you're the infinite Gotcha. Not so innocent, but all right. I can kind of see what's happening. All right. Okay. Well, so if it's not to give me your fucking blood, what you here for, man? Well, and especially bringing a Girl Scout with you.
I reach inside the vest and I pull out the ledger that I lifted from the bank. We found a bank inside of a bank. I believe it has magical origins. And I need some verification who's in here. Considering that you've done a lot of running around with other villains and you were more to the money than I was, I think you might be able to help us out. And maybe I would make it worth your while.
Well then, and he looks and he's like, I think it seems like you're telling the truth there. Because that is no ordinary ledger. He beckons to pass it to him.
And to me, it's in my hand, it's one of those little notebooks, but I think when I hand it to him, it is this big.
Yeah, he looks at it hold on, wait a second. Hey, you! And he points to a robot in the corner that's a little bit bigger and stockier, has a more Triceratops type head, but more human-like structure, physicality-wise. And it's and he's like, yeah, grab this fucking thing. You see it? Look at it. And he's like, and it runs up and it grabs it real quick and you see it run into his office, put it on this scanning cube that you would understand, and it's starting to do all this like weird colors and doing this kind of thing. Like, well then, while it's doing that thing, there's got to be more. What the hell's up with those chains? As he like points his staff at your arms and he's like, plus, what's that doohickey in your chest? Is that a fucking Munin like creation?
Oh yeah, and that I can actually answer. I say I open up my vest to show the bomb. It's like I said, I got a new boss, not by choice.
So Munin's got his fucking grubby hands in this shit.
Yeah.
God. You be careful around that guy.
Oh, don't I know it?
Yeah.
As for the chains, I have no idea. They're apparently Vanir in origin because they actually hurt me. Do you believe that?
Well, not currently. Hey, bring you the fucking... yeah, that's the thing. As the robot gives him a device that looks like a gun. And he's like, alright, hold still, pussy. And he aims it at it and he looks down the scope and he's like, ting! And it's like... and it prints out a reading and he's like, fuck. Yeah, you got fate work on you, man. I don't know what you did to get their attention at a time like this, but...
I took a nap.
You took a nap?
Yeah, at the wrong place, the wrong time.
Why the fuck...
Well, Hog doesn't play fair.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, fuck
That
him.
bitch.
Yeah. Hey, I got his hammer, though.
You got his hammer?
Oh, he was so pissed!
Oh, my God. Now, you know, I tried to get his hammer back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker broke my arm at that time. Never grew back properly, but as he like wiggles the one arm, he's like, it's still there.
Yeah, but you did come up with the death claw thanks to that.
and he looks as it's like hanging on the wall. He's like, yeah.
As a matter of
got
fact,
a lot of cool things up there.
yeah, there's the death claw, and it kind of looks similar to like a Space Marine gauntlet, but it has claws. And if you also look, you can see like a lot of stuff on display from his glory days as Tyrannosaurus, the dinosaur Doctor Doom of this universe. There's his powered armor. There's also various trinkets that he's taken from battles with other heroes over time.
There's a statue.
Oh yeah.
There's a statue of Munin off in the corner from one of his old just fucking around heist, essentially. Just stealing shit because he can.
Right.
You do also see a almost like a formaldehyde jar, very large in size, holding almost the whole forearm of a very what looks red through the hue of the jar arm, and it's kind of gripping, but not like really doing much more than like moving its fingers still.
So I'm pretty sure that Hellion knows what's in that jar, but I don't think Gotcha does.
Gotcha does not.
So that great.
Oh, Gotcha definitely does not.
Yeah. Does that gain her attention though?
Yeah, she's kind of just looking at everything, just almost in like an admiration way. It's like she's like, yeah, I would probably collect shit too.
You want to see something really cool?
She's like,
I point at the jar in the arm. Take a closer look.
you see as Gotcha gets closer to it, and as soon as her face gets like almost like within like 5 feet of it, the hand just
Goes
turns
face
into a fist
hugger.
and just
Yeah.
like
Bam,
starts
bam,
banging
bam.
at it. She's like, oh fuck. Okay.
He still wants it back, huh?
Don't you know it? That guy tries to break through it every fucking day.
What about the other part of him? Do we have any idea where that is?
Well, I'm assuming at the bottom of the ocean in the deepest trench, but you know me.
Yeah,
I leave my people dead.
you do. I also look and there's newspaper clippings on the wall, and there's even a few like things of Tyrannosaurus and the nefarious Hellion team up to shatter the polar ice caps in the devious dinosaur's newest plan to bring upon a second ice age.
Exactly. Yep.
And it shows us we're fighting the Six. Munin is there, and a few of the others, but Rex Tyrannosaurus is the one who's primarily fighting Noonan, and he looks impressive in this picture. He's in his prime, he's youthful, he has his power armor on, and he and Noonan are just going to town. In the background, you just see Hellion, like no vest, torn up loincloth instead of pants, and what kind of looks like a weird little face guard that makes his face look devilish or what have you. This is just like one of his many costume changes, and he's throwing a punch at Nidhogg, who is just ducking out of the way and pulling his hammer back for an attack.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, seems like only yesterday.
If only I'd be able to get my fucking greatest creation done. As he kind of just sits back down in his chair and just like hits his staff hard on the ground, as he's clearly upset that he's kind of in his current situation. I don't know if you've heard anything, but there's been a lot of old time heroes going missing and going dark.
What, like retiring? Going under the radar?
Nah, more than that. Like, even their aliases are ending up, like, just disappearing. Like, MIA. Which is very odd.
That does sound odd because I haven't heard that. And as I'm thinking about it, I honestly, like, my eyes kind of dart back to, I wonder if Smith has anything to do with this. I don't say it out loud, but I get focused for a minute.
Make a presence check. Which you have a +3.
Doesn't matter, it's a nat one. Smith is definitely behind this. God damn it, he's grabbing euros and he's coming for me.
and you think this out loud, and you see as Rex looks at you like, yeah, I know that face. Is he after you again, boy?
He's made himself known. As a matter of fact, when I got Hogg's hammer, it was, I think, only due to the fact that he was working through Hogg. Yeah. I didn't know he could do that.
Mass manipulation again, I see. As he kind of rolls over and he scrolls over to his computer and he starts like just typing, not even looking at what he's typing, and he just looks back and is like, interesting.
He hasn't contacted you, has he?
Hell no, I don't talk to that fucking sadistic bitch. Even I have a line.
You do. It's one of the things I respect about you. Also the fact that you were just a badass back in the day.
Thanks. You too, youngin'. And I'm sure you and your new leader gonna have some cool stories to tell us. You still got that biker gang?
The 66 Street Devils?
Yeah.
Wherever they are, jeez, I lost track of them.
You kept that bar, or did you get rid of it?
Last I heard, it got demolished. They're cleaning up out there. Can you believe that?
Yeah, why do you think I keep this shit looking garbage? They don't even want to touch it so bad.
Yeah, it's the perfect cover.
It fucking is.
But yeah,
Big
no,
white assholes.
the world's changing. They're trying to gussy it up and pretend like our stuff never even happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you come from the age of the fucking war, man. Like, those were the fucking days. Like, you could do anything. But, you know,
I try to remember that. I'm aware that I was there during the War of the Fates, but I think that's when I was still kind of acclimating to being a demon. So those days are kind of, I think I've got, like, you know, memories occasionally of me doing stuff, but I wasn't really 100% there.
For sure, you think back at it, and you don't have this quite the same reminiscence feeling that Rex has for it.
Rex, it was.
That was part of his prime. He was one of the first people there to really be able to get off on this whole change of power in the world.
Well, I think he's one of the few people that was willing to use it for his own gains. Where everyone else was scrambling for power, he was just trying to make sure that his plans could go ahead undetected. And he was willing to use anybody and anything to make it happen. And it almost did, but then again, the actual result of the War of the Fates happened, and no one expected that.
That's very true. But yeah, so UCS, he has very good understanding of what's kind of going through your head. And, he's like, well, as the machine that's been scanning the book this whole time finally rears down and goes, and the screen kind of falls on all sides of it. He's like, all right, well, give him the book back. I don't need it. I got a copy of it. I'll do what I can. And you see as he also like kind of snaps real quick at the robot and you get this very like almost holographic card that's clear until you like look at it just the right way, and then it completely lights up in a very like dark black color, and it has like his name and this almost like what looks like coordinates, but you know it as like a way to contact him.
So this is his scroll.
It's basically his phone,
right?
Essentially, that you're gaining like an ability to talk to.
I'm gonna put that in the scroll communicator we have, because I think like if you want, technology is like people can give those to you, and then you take like are the equivalent of a phone in this world.
It's like it's like
and
if somebody gave you a
in.
business card and you just put it in and it's in your ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that's how I kind of see it.
So, what can you tell us right now?
Of the book or the bank? I mean, the bank I've known about. I mean, you know, that fucking douchebag from Gambleheim. What's that jackass's name? Spade, I think they call him now.
Yeah.
God, I remember that kid was a fucking kid. Didn't have a cent to his fucking name.
He doesn't mind pretending that he's Mr. Daddy Warbucks now.
Nah, his ego is bigger than a fucking balloon, man.
And probably filled with more hot air than you can shake a stick at, right?
If it wasn't just full of fucking gold, you'd be right.
Full of shit's more like it.
Well, yeah, so that's kind of his creation. Back from the wartime, actually. He created this network of banks that people like me could, partake in. Man, once again, those were the glory days, too. I got rich off of those things, man.
Well, the interesting thing is we pulled this out of a bank that was apparently still in operation inside one of his currently public banks.
I mean, what's a better cover to go to a bank than just to go to a bank?
Right, but I thought he was actually... Look, I don't believe he was trying to go legit. No one ever really can. Trust me. They're trying to make me go legit, and they had to put a bomb in my chest.
Fucking Munion's tech. It's always garbage, too.
Yeah.
He's always doing shit that doesn't make sense. I mean, come on. Fucking bomb in your chest.
How's Gotcha reacting to her mentor being besmirched?
She's really not paying attention. She's still kind of...
so she's actually trying to be like, hear no evil.
No, you actually realize that she's not in the office with you guys. She's actually still outside and kind of staring at all the, even the robots now. And actually, at this point, you see her looking at the statue of Munin in the background. And she's just like, where did this come from?
Well, remember, so the last time we had said that, that was something that it was taken from the Star Tower Plaza. That was originally a big statue of all the heroes of the Six, and that went missing, and no one knows where it went.
Right, so for her, it was before her time.
Okay.
So she has no idea that there was even a statue there of Munin, because he never made another statue after that one.
Right.
And he then changed the format of all the statues of where they were. But yeah, so she's kind of more in awestruck of there is even a statue of Munin, and just it almost in a weird man, he looks like that when he was young kind of look, as it's way different than what she's ever known.
Right. No. Kids gotta have heroes. It's meeting them that's the problem.
Yeah, well, based on what little reports I know of your
friend Gotcha there. I don't know if she sees him as a hero, but she kind of grew up in a shit age too.
You know what? When you live as long as I have, it's all just shit. Just a different day.
Yeah, but you remember Dwarf Gnome, right?
And make an intelligence check.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, you remember this greatly as you were actually making a trip there the day after this event happened. You were days out from your travels to get to the city before you heard of the tragic events that happened at Dwarvenham. The city almost being completely collapsed. Very few heroes of any level survived from that age.
I also put 2 and 2 together, and I look back out at Gotcha and I go, she's a Dwarfheim survivor?
Yeah, one of the very few. In fact, if my agents of intel are correct, she was picked from, Munin picked her up personally, outside of the city limits, covered in blood with literal hands in her hands.
I think back to the talk we had right after the heist, where Gotcha asked, have you ever been in a situation where you've let partners die? And I have. I've had multiple times, but then I suddenly realized that, oh my God, she was probably talking about surviving Dwarfheim. Jeez. I think this is the moment too, since we've gone back. This is the moment where Hellion started to soften to Gotcha. It's like, wow, just like me. Chewed her up and spat her out. And all she had was a ruined city to remember it by.
Yeah, so that's the info that he gives. And he kind of just dives off into other stuff, going back on the glory days. He brings up the banks a few more times, but you basically just gather that the banks are as old as the war and as old as basically Spade have been around doing the banking system. You gathered that the book that is used is definitely going to be encoded either magically or just by normal means of using code names and things like that for most people. So he's going to use his knowledge and his kind of general database he's been collecting of everybody to kind of double check for you and see if there's anybody of note.
All right.
And yeah, he's like, well, since you ain't gonna give me that fucking blood, and he's still just pounding his stick kind of into the ground real quick.
I sigh, and it's like, you know what? I don't know if I'm ever going to have another opportunity like this. You got someone that can break this skin?
And you see as he gets a very almost sinister grinning
do I have something?
as he pulls a sword out from his cane and just goes and makes the he makes the thinnest slice off of your arm, and you even don't even feel it, and it's almost.
I think I react more to
you
him
react,
just
yes,
suddenly
exactly.
drawing the
You react,
weapon.
and you don't even notice that it got you, and you're like, and in fact, you take a moment, you're like, what the fuck did just happen? And then you feel warmth, and it's not fire warmth, it's liquid warmth, and you look down, you're almost gushing blood for a moment. He's like,
all right,
and he grabs almost like a little bucket, and he puts it under your arm. He's like,
just leave it there for a moment.
And
We'll see how long it takes, and
your arm starts to rapidly heal.
Yeah,
and he gets about half of a.
It's not even like the flesh is mending. It looks like one of those cartoony wicks that's sparking. The skin literally bursts into fire and melts back together.
Exactly.
There's not even a mark there.
Exactly. He's like, fuck.
well,
as he stirs it around and just stares at it for a minute,
yes, that'll do.
and he closes it off and gives it to the robot, and it disappears off into a different part of the room.
Just remember, don't get it wet. Don't feed it after midnight. A toddler me You think I'm a shithead now? Just imagine me without a lack of understanding language and temper tantrums and shit in my own drawers.
Now that's a hellion that could take over the world. Maybe I will do it as a last resort. As he coughs, and you notice that even maybe what looks like a little bit of bloody mucus kind of comes out as he's coughing. He's like, well.
I'll reach out and I'm gently gonna pat him on the shoulder. Like get his attention. It's like, you okay, old man?
Oh, the cost of being old.
I wouldn't.
Well, welcome to the life of an immortal, my friend. You are in very few company.
I'm actually in the company of a few.
Isn't that what I said? I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
I'm not used to having people like you coming around, and he's gonna turn slowly to Gotcha, and she's looking at more of the men, but he's like, I wonder what's in her future. Maybe one day the fates will tell us.
Maybe.
Well,
But until then, I'm gonna go make my own.
you go do that. But before you go, I've actually got something for you to try out myself. It's as he's ruffling through, he's like, wait a minute. He's like, you like jerky?
I've been known to partake of the flesh.
Well, if you want literal flesh, here's some very interesting alien jerky. You might like. Found that in the outskirts randomly. That's
Wait,
the weird shit. you find.
extraterrestrial jerky?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they say it's a pharaoh of some kind. I don't believe it. And he's
I
still
like-
ruffling through. He's like, man, that's not it, but I just had that extra laying around. Here it is. He pulls out and he gives you what looks like a button.
Just a shirt button?
No, it's a like a device,
like the red
literally
button.
a flat, almost egg-shaped device with a circular button.
With something you can press. Okay.
Yep.
I take it.
All right. Well, if you need to get anywhere at all, you just push that button.
What is it?
Try it out. As he brings again, he doesn't want to tell you because it seems more funny. But well, if you're all done, make sure to grab your friend there. I don't want any stragglers, especially
All right.
ones that can come back unnoticed.
Trust me, she is sworn to secrecy, and if she doesn't, her whole upper portion fits inside of my hand. All I gotta do is squeeze.
Make an awareness check.
That's a 5 plus 2.
And you hear him speak in a way that you haven't heard him speak in a while. And he's like, well, it's not like she'd survive if she came back anyways. And it's a very dark and menacing, almost threatening tone that he comes at. Almost like he's not afraid, like if she came back, but
Right.
just still like, he's now doing, like you can tell his brain is doing calculations on like
This would
how
be
to counter.
Yeah, this would have been the equivalent of like in his golden years, where it's like, we will defeat you, and like he just goes, no, you won't.
Right.
I've thought out everything. You won't.
Yeah, you know that if like he was gonna threaten Gotcha, like in real life, this would have been like he would have gone off the rails like he did in the old days.
Right.
Threaten families and all sorts of crazy shit. He's like, well, you go have a good time, and like I said, if you need me, call that. Otherwise, I'll get you.
You need me. You know where I am.
At all times, friend.
Boy. I give him a handshake, and I do my best not to rattle his old.
Make a strength check.
Yeah. Okay. 13 plus 11.
So you grab his hand, and when you go and you're starting off soft, he's like, "You gonna do that to me, Hellion?" As he grabs, and you actually feel him like grab like as much of your hand as he can, and it's actually really strong for his age. You're like, Don't you fucking wuss out on me, alright?
I give him my big toothy demonic grin, and I give him a hearty shake of a 24.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. His arms like loosely like flailing around. He's like, alright. It's time for fucking tea. Where are you at? Motherfucker, I asked for that tea hours ago.
You see there's... Make an awareness check.
That's a 9.
You see in the corner there's like a robot with like wings, and it's just like banging into a corner, and you see sparks flying from its head. He hasn't noticed it yet, but you see that might be the robot he's looking for.
I'm gonna reach over while he's looking, and I'm gonna turn it around from the wall.
You're not close enough to him, but you could like rotate him, like and be like.
No, I'm rotating the robot that's walking to the wall.
Okay, so yeah, you would have to step out of the office that you're in with them, and you go to the corner and you look at it, and you're like, all right, and you just turn around and you see that it's got
a tray of tea.
It's got a tray with tea in it. You kind of just line it up to like walk right into the bedroom or into his room.
Yeah, the main office of the laboratory.
Exactly.
But with that, I go to Gotcha and I go, we got what we need. We can leave.
Well, wait, and I gotcha. That's the
Gotcha and Rex have swapped bodies.
Gotcha. I was doing mad science shit while you were fucking with the robot. I trade bodies.
No.
That would be terrifying.
But what if? That's a what if now. But no. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, you got the book still? Cool. You mind if I have that?
Yeah, it's all yours.
Thank you. And it's a math book. She's like, all right. And she, I've got a bag somewhere, and she just throws it behind and it disappears.
You want to try something?
Sure. What you got?
I'm gonna pull out the button.
What does that do?
I'm going to put a hand on her shoulder. Let's see, and I'm gonna press it.
Roll a d20 and a percentile. Roll again, please. Actually,
7.
okay. Well,
92.
92. So with a 7, you push the button and you guys disappear for a moment and reappear right in front of Rex's desk again. And you turn around and like, huh? Oh, yeah, thing's a little junky. Give that to me real quick.
I hand it over to him.
He's like, all right, and he pops over real quick. No fucking wonder. You pushed it too goddamn hard. Let me fix the tension on the button. And he closes it up and he's like, here you go. And he gives it back to you. Now roll at advantage.
Good. 15.
And then another percentile.
50. Or would that be a 40?
I think that's a 40.
Okay. Yeah,
But
40.
0 is always no.
Yeah, because that counts as the 10 on this.
On that,
Yeah.
traditionally.
But we have a 10.
But because
on
there's a 10 on that, because that is a 10, I think that is a 0. So it would be a 40.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll go with that's a 40.
Yeah.
Either way, that's enough. And you, this time you push it and you disappear again. And this time you are kind of right next to the trash can that you threw at the pole. And Gotcha's there with you like, oh, it's like my power, but different. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Now I know why. Okay, now I understand what people feel when I do that. Okay.
I'm just going to say in the future, ask. And I'm going to put the button away in my pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna have to.
Actually, you know what? So something I'm going to do with the button, I'm going to have it put onto a ring of his finger so that when he does want to use it, he just has to press it like that.
I'm down for that. You can definitely go. You go back after all this is done, and you would go and.
What about
get
an ear gauge or something?
Sure, however you want to do it, you can have it be reformed.
Right. And I guess I just kind of learn how it works as I use it. It allows anyone I'm touching to travel with me as well.
Yes.
Or was it just unique with Gotcha because of her teleportation powers?
No, it's actually, it allows you, at its current state, allows you to teleport one person with you up to a random percentile of distance. And now that he adjusted it, it has a higher success rate, so you will, other than the post-recording that this is about, you'll be rolling at advantage anytime you use it.
Okay, cool. We should mark that on my character sheet.
Yes.
Cool. Well, we've got the recording when you're editing it. If I
We've
don't
got the
remember.
recording, like I said, we're going to be working on beta sheets
Cool.
for the new system. Your stats will
So
be easier.
I have teleportation powers now too.
With an item that can be removed, can be broken,
Right,
stuff
exactly.
like that.
So like unlike Gotcha, which
And
is a
it's
part of her-
randomized.
Yeah, it's randomized.
So
I just kind of know that I'm going to appear somewhere in the general area. I
Right.
can't like say I want to appear over there.
right.
Okay, that still works. That's still pretty cool. I'm about to get hit. Zippity doo dah,
Right.
gone. You know?
Exactly. You can just disappear from a strike. So,
Cool. That's
but
nice.
yeah. Is there anything else you do as you guys are exiting this building? You've got everything done that you need to.
I think as we're walking away, I'm gonna look at Gotcha and like since we've come back, this is the first time that he's softening towards Gotcha. And normally up to this point, whenever anyone else is asking, "Hey, you want to go grab a drink? Or you want to hang out?" He's always been like, "Fuck off! I'm not a hero." I think he goes, "You hungry?"
You gotcha. Just like thinks around, like, yeah. I mean, it has been a long day, hasn't it? We had that turtle guy, and then all of that just happened.
Oh yeah,
I could definitely
that
eat.
poor turtle. You think High Speed's ever gonna live it down that he killed a turtle?
I mean, not if I have a voice in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to Beast Mistress, and she's not happy. But I'm gonna get a pet soon, so I'm happy from that.
What do you think his deal is? You think he's actually from an alternate reality, or
High Speed?
yeah?
I mean, I don't know what to think of him. He's got these weird, like, old-timey type vibes, but definitely not from, like, our world, man.
No, yeah. He definitely references things that I've never heard of, and I've been
Right.
around for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think about him and the Masquerade, though? You think they're fucking yet?
I don't know. That Masquerade's a tricky one.
Yeah, well, it's in the name, right?
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if his family's that way then. Nope, I don't want to think about that anymore. And she's just like now just shaking her head violently, like, no.
Yeah, how about we go back to what I asked before? I
Bring
actually,
some food, yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. You know a place nearby?
surprisingly, I do. Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen.
At least that's what it was called when we hung out there. So I don't know what it is now, but they still make massive Mondo burgers. I think you're in for a treat.
Well, let's hope it's still there.
Yeah.
All right.
And we head off to get a bite.
Yeah, and you head towards what used to be you called Hell Kitchen. You get there now and you see it's no longer the restaurant.
It's Hex Eatery.
It's actually the Golan barbecue shop.
He would, I say.
It's like, what, you've never had Golan's barbecue before?
I have, but my God, he took away one of my favorite burger joints for his joint.
Well, I mean, maybe you could talk to him, but maybe it went out of business. And then he came by.
I actually kind of think back to the last time I was actually here, when I had that gang and stuff like that. I kind of realized that maybe it's not so much I lost contact with them, but maybe they died off. It has been a very, very, very long time. And I constantly forget that, and I go, maybe. Yeah, let's go get some Golan barbecue.
Yeah, you guys go in. You can make a awareness roll for if you want to see how good you enjoy the food, or if you want to see if there's any weird stuff that happens there or not.
I'll do an awareness just to see how the food is, because I think this is like kind of the closing of this one particular chapter. This would kind of be the end of the comic, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I will do an awareness though, just to 19 plus 2, 21.
Perfect. You see that it will. You see on the neon light up board that they've got, that as it shines at you, saying
today only special, the Golan whole bore experience. And you're like,
I'll take 2 of those.
yes. And as you guys get seated outside, it's the only place I'll be able to fit this,
Yeah.
and you. As you see, after probably like 30 minutes minimum, you see these 4 guys coming by with a massive boar, about 400 to 600 pounds of just meat on one pig. You're like, all right. They drop it off, and it like thuds and shakes the table that it lands on. Like, all right, well, here's the first one.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Oh wait, and he just like puts down a giant like
Tub of ranch.
it's like a giant tub that contains all these different sauces.
Uh-huh.
They've all got labels on them, and you start reading through them, and you realize, oh, they're all the same base with just slightly different acidities and sweetness.
Yeah.
And you're like, ugh, and you just kind of you can toss them all, or you can use none of them at this point. But
I'll just I'll just tear off one of the boar's legs, which is like a chicken wing in my fingers.
basically. And
I'll
it
take
is-
a dip and I'll start eating.
It's the most tender meat you've ever had. The smoking is of this very rare wood that can only be found in the magic forest.
Oh
of the
jeez,
South.
you're making me hungry. When I leave here, I'm gonna have to get some food.
I'm good. That's what I'm good at describing is food.
Yeah.
And yeah, the meat just falls off the bone,
Uh-huh.
and they come out, and they even bring sides, and then they come back 20 minutes later, and you're probably done with Gotcha's help eating like a very small portion of it in front of her, and you eat like everything. You just grab the whole rack of
Yeah.
ribs and just like, as if they're like little popsicles, you pull one at a time. And the second one comes by, you finish that too, and you got the comical like super round belly. You're like, you burp once, and you're like, that's the spot.
Yeah, that's good meat. That's good eatings.
And you guys go home after great conversations and good times, feeling like you were becoming more friends with somebody that you have a new appreciation for.
I also think back to the older friend, how devious he still is. You know, no one's going to get in his way, whatever he's planning. And he finally has something that he's wanted for a long time. He has my genetic material, whatever he's going to use that for.
And hopefully you hope you never know. But
Yeah. But judging by how long I live, I'll probably survive whatever he's going to do too, and I'll know that I helped somehow, like I did in the past.
Exactly. Always helping a mentor. So yeah, I think that is how this portion of our story ends.
Yeah. Not bad.
No, thank you everyone.
And we are recording this time.
We are recording. It's still going.